Oh yeah, one of the things I wanted to say about the White House is you can see his tone about his radicalism is in some ways it's consistent with his other works in his depiction of the characters. In other ways, there's a bit of a subtle shift here, uh, or maybe a subtle shift. Maybe I don't have the specifics down too well, but in all of his works, it's interesting that often the most sympathetic characters are religious people. They often have very progressive ideas. They're often on the side of the oppressed, and this is a reflection, I think, of his affection for his father, and the way his father lived his life. Even though, you know, his life was very different. He didn't go to synagogue regularly, but he had great respect for these traditions. The other thing that in the White House is that in terms of sympathetic characters, he has a communist who's a character who doesn't portray in a very good light. He talks about him having blotchy skin, red blotchy skin, and and, and he fills him full of slogans about what's going to happen, when the worker state arrives, what's going to happen to the bourgeoisie, and the lackey Jewish press, and it reflects his view about what had gone on, and Stalin's atrocities and stuff. So I found that kind of interesting in the White House. We just and the reason it's fresh in my memory here is because we just read it in my Yiddish group, and so I particularly remember the character of the communist there. So the attractive people are there, the pious Jews, the religious Jews, the manager of the sanitarium, who's a Bundist, comes across, as a very warm, sympathetic character. He doesn't abandon his idealism, his own idealism. I mean, he talks about, both he and my mother talk about, about social justice, and about, the need for there to be equality and economic stability for poor people and stuff. But there is a he's portraying stuff in a way that reflects changes in his attitude.